would I be without my friends? That's kind of like saying, where would I be without my house? Except that the sanctuary of real friendship is built of much sterner stuff than bricks and steel. Real friendship is exactly like the concrete and the sidewalks, except it's nothing like that. Because concrete breaks and crumbles, and some friendships do that too, but every once in a while you get to take off your shoes and walk on a perfectly positioned mountain path just far enough away from the ground to avoid earthquakes and just close enough to the ground to avoid meteor showers. Real friendship is like the Grand Canyon, except that it's nothing like the Grand Canyon because real friendship turns the Grand Canyon into a pothole on the exit ramp off the highway to hell. Where would I be without my friends? That's kind of like asking where I'd be without a soul, because without my friends, I'd turn back into that one really old storage tub in the back of my closet. Hard and durable with plenty of space, but forever filled with random crap that I can't or won't make time for. Anyone can fill a box with things, and what they end up having is a box of things, but when you take away things and replace it with gold, that box becomes a treasure chest. So my friends are like a treasure chest. Except they're nothing like that, because all the gold in the world and a box that could hold the entirety of Jupiter wouldn't be able to afford the sales tax on 1 second of time I could spend with them. Where would I be without my friends? I'd go back to being that one out-of-place decoration on a bland, unpainted wall. Over the years, I would get crooked and dusty, and eventually I would get sold for $14 in a garage sale. Because if you don't even take the time to paint the walls of your house, there's very little that one wayward decoration can offer you. But surround me with my friends and we become an entire wing in an art gallery that can only be viewed through prescription sunglasses because damn, there are some bright lights in this building. So I guess my friends are like works of art. Except they're nothing like works of art, because if you built the Louvre 100,000 times over, you still wouldn't have enough room to display even one of them on the wall. Where would I be without my friends? I'd be a car trying to circumnavigate the Pacific Ocean with square tires and a GPS that tells you to make U-turns every time you go into a parking lot. Living without my friends would be like asking a plane to fly without its engines. The best that I could hope for is to fall with style. My friends are a pack of robots that come together to form one super robot. That is to say, our bond makes us strong individually and unstoppable together, or at least it does in the eyes of anyone who has ever seen an episode of Power Rangers. I guess if I'm serious, my friends are more like a spaceship. Except they're nothing like that, because if you can cross the boundaries of all time and space, but there's really no point to it if there's nobody around to see it with you. My friends, then, are more like the galaxy. Except they're nothing like that, because compared to them, the Milky Way is just a candy bar and the sun is an overheated ball of dry lint burning against a silent black backdrop. I guess my friends are like a family of geese, waddling in single file. Sure, sometimes we get out of order or we ruffle each other's feathers, and we occasionally have a problem crossing streets. But when it's time to take attendance, nobody ever gets left behind, because if there's anything that the movie Lilo and Stitch taught me, it's that when it comes to family, nobody gets left behind. So I guess you could say that my friends are my family, except they're nothing like that, because you can't really control who you're related to, and everyone has that one cousin that breaks all of their toys, or that one uncle that only shows up at funerals and vacations that other people have already paid for. My friends aren't like my family, they are my family. Except I get a say in who gets access to my cult-like inner circle. My friends aren't the concrete and a cracked sidewalk, they're an adamantium bridge that carries me over the living room floor when it turns into lava. And it leads me to places that make Narnia look like that skateboard park downtown that hasn't been used in 15 years. My friends are the people that show up at 3 a.m. and knock on the door and demand to sleep on my couch. Except they don't accept my excuse that my depression is already sleeping on the couch because they evicted that SOB months ago without me knowing, because they won't tolerate unwelcome guests in my house. And when my anxiety comes knocking like the vengeful bully it is, my friends are the people that knock it on its ass so it'll quit picking on me when I won't give it my lunch money. And when self-doubt and self-loathing decide to start renting space in the Blu-ray player in my head, my friends are the ones who pull out the discs and put them on the highest shelf, and they don't tell me about the late fees accruing until long after Blockbuster has already closed all of its stores. I guess at the end of the day, my friends are the engine of my car. Pull off any one of a number of parts and the whole thing stops running. But love it right and take care of it, and it'll keep going long after the mileage stops accumulating. So what I'm really trying to say is that my friends are like a beautifully crafted poem. Except they're nothing like that, because there are only so many ways to organize words in the English language, and none of them come close to accurately describing them. And what you've just heard is proof of that. So where would I be without my friends? I know where, because I've been to that place before, and it's not a destination I would ever recommend in a travel brochure. But that's okay, because my friends are exactly like the break of dawn. Because no matter how many times my demons may come for me in the dead of night, daylight always comes to drive them back into the holes in the ground that they came out of. I am on a first name basis with daylight. I call it my friends.